You're sitting at your desk, finally enjoying a peaceful moment, when suddenly, clink, your cat just knocked your pen, your glass of water, or maybe even your phone right onto the floor. You look at them and they're just staring, calm, confident, maybe even a little smug. It almost feels like they planned it. But here's the real question. Why do cats love knocking things over? Most people think it's just mischief. But what if I told you it's something deeper, something rooted in how your cat understands the world and even how they express their love for you? Let's dive in. First, we need to understand one important truth about cats. They're hunters, tiny lions living in our homes. When your cat taps that pen or pushes a cup to the edge, it's not always about being naughty. It's actually part of their instinct. In the wild, cats often use their paws to test, move, or check prey. A rustle in the grass, a small bug, or a loose pebble, they tap it to see if it reacts. So when your cat taps your water glass in their little feline brain, they're testing it out the same way they would test prey in nature. It's not chaos, it's curiosity. Second, cats explore the world with their paws just like humans use their hands. Think about it. Your cat doesn't have fingers or tools. Their paws are their tools. When they touch, tap, or push, they're learning. Maybe that object makes a sound. Maybe it moves. Maybe it's fun. That's their way of figuring out what's safe, what's interesting, and what gets your attention. And speaking of attention, here's a big one. Sometimes your cat knocks things over because they know it works. Cats are smarter than we think. They quickly notice what gets a reaction from you. If every time they push your coffee mug you gasp, talk to them, or come running, they remember that. To them, it's a kind of game or communication. They've learned, if I knock this down, my human reacts. In a way, it's their way of saying, hey, look at me, I want your attention. Now, here's something many cat owners miss. Cats crave connection, but not always in obvious ways. Some cats will rub against you, some will sit on your laptop while you work, and others, they'll knock over your things just to be noticed. It's not because they're bad, it's because they trust you enough to want your attention. They know you'll respond. Isn't that kind of sweet when you think about it? Another reason your cat might be pushing things off the table is simple boredom. Indoor cats don't always have as much stimulation as their wild ancestors. When they're left alone too long, they invent their own games, and one of those games might just be gravity experiments. Watching something fall, hearing it crash, seeing your reaction, it's excitement for them. Especially for smart, active cats who need mental stimulation. So, if your cat's been a little too playful lately, it might be time to add more toys or playtime into their day. A few minutes with a feather wand or laser light can go a long way. Now here's a fascinating part most people don't realize. Sometimes cats knock things over to mark their territory. Yes, really. When your cat touches or rubs something with their paws, they're leaving their scent. Cats have scent glands in their paw pads, so when they tap, push, or pat an object, they might be subtly claiming it as part of their environment. It's their way of saying, this is mine. This is my space. It's not aggression, it's comfort. They're surrounding themselves with familiar scents that make them feel secure. But let's be honest, sometimes cats just do it for fun. Think of it like a toddler dropping food just to watch you pick it up. Cats are incredibly observant. They notice how things fall, how they bounce, and what kind of sound they make. Every fall is a little experiment. A light object rolls. A heavy one thuds. A glass shatters. For them, that's all new information and new entertainment. Still, there's one deeper reason that often surprises cat owners. When cats feel anxious, stressed, or overstimulated, they sometimes release that energy by doing small disruptive actions, like scratching, biting, or, yes, knocking things over. It's like a stress relief mechanism. If your cat suddenly starts doing it more often, especially if it's not typical for them, it might be a sign they're feeling uneasy. Maybe there's been a change in your home, a new pet, a new baby, a move, or even just less playtime. Cats pick up on small changes more than we realize. So what can you do about it? First, don't yell or punish them. It won't help. Cats don't respond to anger the way dogs might. Instead, try to understand the why. Are they bored, lonely, curious? Once you know that, you can fix it. Give them more toys that mimic hunting, like small balls, treat puzzles, or moving toys. Make time for daily play sessions. Keep fragile items out of their reach and reward calm behavior with gentle praise or treats. And maybe most importantly, see it for what it really is, a window into your cat's mind. When they push things over, they're showing you who they are, curious, clever, emotional little beings who want to interact with their world and with you. So, the next time your cat knocks something off the counter, pause before you get frustrated. Look at them and think, what are you trying to tell me right now? Because behind that tiny act of chaos, there's always a reason. And sometimes it's just their way of reminding you they're alive, playful, and a little mysterious. If you found this video helpful and it helped you understand your cat a bit better, give it a like. It really helps the channel grow. Comment below and tell me, what's the funniest thing your cat has ever knocked over? And of course, don't forget to subscribe if you love learning the hidden meanings behind your cat's behavior. Thanks for watching, and give your furry friend an extra cuddle tonight.